Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Let us crawl out of coffin. Oh, Ash, thank you for the gift sub to Aurelia. Don't invite the train. Oh, wow. Michael, thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back for, golly, year and a half with Bun. Has it been that long already? Cripes. Let's hop out. Train. Thank you for the 100 bits. Have you noticed that something has changed about the chat? I need to go and stick a name in the credits, but my lovely friend Thumper is working on code. So now our chat, well, I'm definitely thinking of Unit 4's future chat, but I've employed the reliable help of my friend. But if you see, I can. Oh, Bacon, thank you for the 100 bits. Hello. Hype train. Yeah, bye. But when I type, you can see that my messages are highlighted, though I never type in chat, so this is very this is mighty wasted on me. However, hi Bun. Thank you very kindly for hype train. There's no need. Oh, that's right. It's not just me, it's also mods. Winks at Michael. But yes, it's a little different. And I think it's very likely just mods, but I will there's some things I want to try implementing next time. But this was mostly to test the waters on coding for chats and things. Anyway, came on today mostly to be a loaf and show my face and possibly get some drawers done. Oh, Composer, thank you so much for the resub. 18 months. Golly. Thank you very much for sticking around for a really long time. PogChamp. Let's see. I am not particularly prepared, so so we'll see what's on this next screen. Well, it could be worse, I think. Time to become smaller Bun. Here we go. Hello, welcome. It's Teru. This is just something that I was going to be sticking on a revamp of her application. Wanted to try and redo it, polish it up a bit. Can't stay too long, wanted to pop in. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your visit. Hello, Mario. Welcome in. Oh, before I forget, I had some stern talk for you. Oh, Charlotte, hello. Art day. I suppose so. This isn't exactly what I wanted to be drawing at the time, but now oh, thank you so much for the 1,000 bits, Mario. Hype train. It's okay. Oh, poor. It's just noodle scroll. Nothing fancy. Monka S Stern. Yeah, I had someone to tell off. Tell off for inappropriate behavior. Stern, yes, very stern. Oh, thank you for the kind noodle words. Just noodle doing noodle things. You do not want to make Bun be stern to me. I'm about to be stern to you. Okay, this is a very I'm about to tell Zenfith off. Hold on. Gentle but truly, do not to be trifled with. Okay, this is very earnest, and I do also want to say in advance that if I wanted to, I would just ban you. If I wanted to, I would just ban you. I'm going to show you why you need telling off. Sorry to do this on a screen where I'm drawing, but okay. I need you to look at this exchange and then tell me what's wrong with it. I'm going to tell you off. And I should probably use this face. Use this face to tell you off. It's not gone. It's not gone. Who can tell me what's wrong with this exchange? Oh, thank you for the hype train, though. That's right. Or would you like me to explain? It just so happens that I'm going to ring you out about this. No one? And this is from not so long ago. I'm bringing you out in public so that people don't do this in the future. But hello, Silent. We're being scolded. Zen for this being scolded. I'm scolding Zen at the moment. I wanted to tell you not to speak about me like you're doing here in Humi's chat the other day anymore. No, don't speak in my place, and then act like you're speaking on my behalf. I think to a certain extent, if you're going to do it without my presence, I understand the sentiment, but I was there, and I was actively participating in that chat at the time. I told you off jokingly not to do that as I was right there, but I want you to take what I'm saying quite seriously. Now you understand? I think this is quite important. If not, just... yes. It's not just about that. It's not just about mentioning other streamers in chats. This is very specifically about trying to speak in my place. I think that my advice here is to please relearn those boundaries, who you're talking about, what you're saying. Again, there are VTubers who would be fine. There are streamers for sure, I think especially corporate, who would be fine with what you've said in this exchange and find it to be a normal exchange. I think it toes the line. But I find it rude. And it's just that in this community people are kinder than I am, and often willing to gloss over this sort of overstepping. But, you know, no matter how predictable or easy you may think I am, like, to be unkind about it, if you want to roleplay me interacting with others, please do it away from my friends and out of my sight. If possible, please don't do it again. Just not about me, and I suppose not about anyone else, be it active streamer or graduated VTuber. Thank you. Anyway, now that that has been said, let's go back to Teru's face. Hello folks, sorry that you've had to come in during Bunby Stern Talk. Hello Goldie. Hello Goldie. It's Noodle, a poor drawing of Noodle. I think that often this sort of thing is overlooked. It's also a different story if I'm actually there. A fair learning opportunity for all. What type of grass are you growing, by the way? It's a good question. We'll figure it out as it grows. Something happened? I put on my dark face, is what happened. But that's all. Yeah, I should get to this noodle drawer from some while back. Anyway, you know, if I was corporate, I wouldn't say anything. if I had any sort of kindness that I owed to my community, I wouldn't say anything about stuff like that. But since I'm not kind to you guys, I'm just going to say it as it is. Oh, Michael. Oh, Michael. Believing in my kindness as if it exists. Very sweet. What would you say is Noodle's favorite season or type of weather? Well, I think for Teru, although her hallmark weather is rainy weather, I wouldn't go out of my way to say that she enjoys it. The background of Bom Teru, which is this noodle, is she has in her life, the Shirozu family, they have this artifact that summons rain. For various reasons, she cannot use it, but I think she both loves and hates rain. Wishes it would come. Wishes it would come when she wants it to come. I do like to set clear boundaries. This sort of thing is important to me, and I appreciate that you're willing to listen. Bun is indeed evil, but we follow nonetheless. Even corporate VTubers. I mean, hello, Ronnie. Even corporate VTubers have to address stuff like this at times. I think everyone has their own boundaries as the person behind the character, you know. And when it comes to streamers, often there's that really parasocial line to tread. What kind of behavior is appropriate? Sometimes it's like the kicks. Sometimes I think it's just inside jokes you have with the community about this streamer and whatever habits they have or things that have gone on. Probably like me and my history with ice cream on stream, etc. If you want to make jokes about that, then, you know, I had it coming. But it's a little bit different. Good on you for setting boundaries, though. I'm always setting boundaries. I feel like it's definitely more than once that I've picked up something to be like, guys, I'm gonna talk about this, and I'm just gonna be straight up that this doesn't make me happy, or if you do this, you should get out. You've had Teru on the mind for a while. That's very sweet. I'm trying to redraw her app in pieces, but it's a bit. Oh, this still needs cleaning. Just it's in bits and pieces. We'll get to finishing it up, but it's yeah. Thank you for kind Teru words and thoughts. I wish I could draw her better. Old School D. Thank you for the kind Teru support. I haven't been able to make good progress. I'm glad that I never got called up by Bun. That seems like it's scary. Can be. If I wanted to scare you, I think I probably could. Scary Bun? No. Glad you are creating a safer and more comfortable space for yourself. Well, in the end, it's my responsibility. Kind of like how is Disaster Mia here? The other day when I was testing codes in chat and Disaster Mia took a cap of me like just writing a lot of testing and lorem ipsums into my chat. And I went and deleted it and like gave them this sour look and was like, be polite. Be polite. At least pretend like you weren't there. Oh, poor. Thank you for enduring all the noodles of EA past. I also miss some of the EA children. Good kids. Scary Bun. I'm always scary. I won't hesitate to chew you out for doing things that I don't want you to do. The thing is, though, is that it's less... I think it's less troubling to do it that way rather than to like hold on to it but then solve no problems. I admire and appreciate blunt honesty. Is the chat PG or is the occasional swear allowed? I personally don't swear, but if you would like to swear, just, you know, within comfortable bounds for everyone, just consider it. Is everyone okay with that? Picks up, Michael. I should just draw her face first. That's what I should do. Picks up Bunny. Yeah. I think not expecting the people around me to swear is just not a realistic expectation to have of anyone. So, you know, you might not hear me swear, but it's not like I'm offended if you do. Just that being called out on stream seems kind of like... It is. But this exchange was also had in public. I was really mad about it. I was like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. I haven't had any good experiences with people who think that they can talk on my behalf. Especially if you've heard my stories about adoptables. People who find it in themselves to say things like, oh, Bun would want this, or Bun would think this. It never bodes well. I need to nip it in the bud. I did think about it. I did think about not saying this on my stream in public in front of everyone. But then I thought it was still worth saying. How's that Ivy War? It is ongoing, but I haven't really been fighting it. I have not been fighting the Ivy War, I'm afraid. I can't say I'm perfect at picking up social cues, so having people make them clear is better than the alternative. Well, you know, like I said, I could have just banned you. I could have just banned you and told you to leave. If you can understand, you know, why not to do it, then hopefully you'll think twice about it in the future as well. And once again, for me, this is inappropriate. I think that there are certainly streamers for whom this sort of behavior is nothing at all. The green front line. Oh, I don't have that sort of strength. Oh, draw the face. I keep not drawing the face. Actually, let's just blitz the lines. Let's lose the lines. I won't lie, it'd be cool having a healthy, strong ivy branch by my window just... Oh, well... It's different if it's useful. There is... It's a little bit different because I think it's a different species of climbing vine, but... There's the old jailhouse down Lincoln Road, which I used to walk past quite oft, and it covered the entire side of the jailhouse. It was quite... and it used to change colour with the change of seasons. I quite liked it. Like, that's a nice vine. But I can also say that because, you know, I don't have to take care of it. I don't have to groom and prune and wrestle with those vines. Pigeon! Bun can't draw. Sorry, friends. Bun doesn't know how to do a good draw. Woeful noodle drawers, I'm afraid. Slurping Signy art. You mean, guys, Pigeon is so good at drawing. The Ivy War. It's becoming a real war. I don't know about you guys, but I don't have that much strength to fight. So I haven't been fighting with the ivy recently. Excuse me. My model details? Oh. Bun model details. Thank you for the kind words. Grows grass atop canvas. I suppose so. Lots doodles. Oh, ugly hands. I'll fix these later. Fix everything as we go. Tries to draw noodle at the speed of snail. Oh, Goldie, what are you drawing today? I did indeed take a picture of the ivy. I'm not sure if I would take my phone back up onto the roof, but I guess in the case that I did, like, fall off or something, maybe it would be best for me to have my phone, my keys. There's something about this drawer that I'm not fond of. I feel like I should go back to cleaning up just the original full body. I was gonna mash this and Teru's noodle form and the full body together. We'll see. Let's draw. Oh, take care, Key. Thanks for popping by. Oh, to hold Noodle's hand. Don't. Making poetry about Noodle, but then also Ivy at the same time. What was I hoping to achieve here? I do not recall. This is all a bit muddled. Okay. We'll just hack at it. Oops. No matter how many times I see it, flesh turning and shading is like magic to my eyes. Magic to mine too. Noodle hair. Human and Ivy hand in hand. It's not possible. It's not possible here at Bunhouse. Then drink water, Redeem. Thank you, Silent. Hydrate, please, Bun and friends. Yes, you too. Have some water. Dun, dun, dun. I keep wanting to read Katawa Shoujo and some of the other stories and whatnot that I started but didn't get to finish. But it's not been a good time. It's not been a good time for reading recently, and I apologize. Thank you. Unfortunately for me, making those voices it's quite hard recently. So I think I'm holding off any exciting reads. But I haven't forgotten, and I do want to play. That bun life. Trying to wheedle myself back into groups. Here we have group noodle after all. We'll see how it goes. Just do what makes Bun happy. Well, reading does make me happy. I'll do my best. I think. Group noodle. Fun groups. Even with my dusty writing. Guilty admission on stressful times, which was I'm sorry about the stressful fan visits. I'm glad that my attempts at reading this visual novel have brought you that kind of joy. Her hum's a bit. I might pull this in. Much joy and lightheartedness. Well, I'm just reading a thing. I'm glad if you like it. I don't know if I can do any of the Katawa Shoujo girls justice, but happy to share their stories, some of their stories. It was either this or play some more Dragon Nest. I don't know. It's hard to wrangle enough time to do all these things that I want to do and share with everyone. Oh, but I did finish writing the first of the bundle continuation scenarios. Imagine that if those are gonna get played on stream, it'll be sometime next month, most likely. And depending on Soul's availability, most likely, yeah. Sometime June-ish. Bundler is 2 scenarios, so after I finish this one, which I do need to do some planning for it, Bundler, well, it counts as Bundler because it involves the Bundler setting. Maybe because it plays out game-esque that it's not quite, doesn't seem exactly like lore. But I hope that if you're interested in finding out what happens next, I've invited Sol, but it'll be a different character joining Bun for the following adventures. I'll leave it up to her to introduce who that is. But I'm looking forward to it. Also because Sol is always fun to play with and fun to catch. I've been talking about it for a while. At least it feels like a long time to me, mostly because I just work very slowly, and all I can do is to tell you guys that, oh, well, I'm doing it, albeit slowly. But it will happen at some point. Maybe that's why it's hard for me to do like previews. Can't manage that kind of hype myself. Bun lore. Fun lore, fun adventure. And then if all goes well, Bun Unit 4. Bun Unit 4 release. Great things come with time. Sure you could rush to show. I think we can all safely assume that I would never be fully happy with it, no matter how hard I worked on it. But, nonetheless, I think it's worth working hard. Or is it? I've debated a few times whether it's really worth the sort of time and effort that I have to use to make these things happen. I like to think that I don't ask you guys for a lot, like in terms of like financial backing and whatnot. Like you have very kindly participated in my donathon, hand-holding events, that sort of thing. But like if you don't have the ability, like you don't have to put any money into like anything that I make. Just like as a choice, I'm fine with just doing stuff on my own. In fact, I think the only thing that I'm really staunch with you guys about is manners. I have the biggest ask I have of anyone who comes to my stream is like, have good manners. And that's probably it. I demand a lot in terms of etiquette. But I like to think that I don't have a lot of other needs. Bun tax has never existed, though I for the next overlay that I'm planning, I think for Funsy I'm going to try and do something like fun, do something cute for the donation bar. Just because it's also fun to do that sort of thing. Thank you for the kind words. There's really no need to spoil me. Oh, the wheel. The wheel of gratitude. Okay. Let's think on that a little bit more. Let's think on that a little bit more. It's definitely something that has passed my mind on how and if I should go back to having the wheel of gratitude. There's some stuff on it that I always thought was fun that I think I miss. I miss in streams without it. Like finding a good time to pull it out. Maybe like saving it for events or something. I'm not sure yet. But I also want to try and like find a way to integrate it in with like the alerts. I don't know. So much that I want to do, not enough brains. Will Edusing be brought back? That's a good question, but no guarantees because I am bad at the same. That being said, I did plan to sing a couple of things. So bad at sing, but will probably still sing in the near future. I am bad at the sing. However, you know, people just do it for fun. If I didn't get into VTubing, I would have never been weaseled into singing anything. But here we are, and I've sung some things, and that's okay. I think. It's a tough one. Pog singing Bun. Bun can't sing, but Ronnie. But I do have a duet that I've planned to do with a lovely friend, which I hope goes well. It's a lovely song. Whether or not I can do a lovely sing is a different issue. But the song itself is very nice. I for one am glad you joined VTubing despite all the teasing, support and moments we had along the way. You guys don't clown me as hard as a lot of VTubers get clowned, methinks. So, you know, for that I'm already grateful. That seems kind of pitiful to be saying like that, but it's true. It's true. I could be clowned much harder than I am. You're like my top 3 biggest inspirations of people who I wish I had the skill level of. Interesting. Do you mean like drawing things, perhaps? I'm very flattered if you think highly of me or anything that I do. I do want to make more stuff, do more things. And with how much I talk about wanting to do more things, I'm sure you guys will know that. But no. Even if I am a bit slow, appreciate that. Willing to patiently wait it out. Patiently wait it out while I release things at the speed of snail. Yes, a duet. Have the top and most serene and chill vibe and aura in these parts. It's very sweet. I mean, considering that I chewed someone out in public just earlier. I suppose I can chew people out in a chill way. So much to do, only 24 hours in a day. It's true, I also can't stay that long today. But I definitely want to do things. I've been, aside from kata wa shoujo, I curse my inability to stream, just like stream for 12 hours and then get things done. But aside from Katawa Shoujo, I've been thinking about revisiting my most beloved Naruki Sosu. Another oldie but gold visual novel that I've read on stream before, more than once. But I love so much that I would gladly read again. No NSFW speech messages. Well, I mean, after what New to this channel said about swearing, blasting off, Small Jam, hello, welcome Raiders. Thank you to the delightful Teacuppity for... I don't have shout-out. I don't have shout-outs. Blasting off. Blasting off? What were you guys doing in stream? Thank you so much for the sub Super Grump. Thank you so much for the sub Omega. Hello, I am Bun. We're not doing anything in particular. Hope you guys had a good stream though. Oh, Svion, thank you for the sub. Greetings. Greetings, greetings. What were you guys doing today? It is still learning the ways of modding on Twitch. I know nothing about modding on Twitch. This is why I rely on the very smart Teacuppity who's just waltzed in. How do you do shout outs, milady? Always forget that Bun's model is super detailed. Is it? Maybe it's detailed by my standards, but I don't know if it's detailed by anyone else's. Bun time! It's bun time. That's right. Man in pot. Man in pot? Were you growing men in pots? Bun time! Jams bun time to my forest ambiance. My forest ambient music. Getting over it. Aha. A challenge I have not taken myself. Did you get over it? Oh, did you get over it? Whenever someone cheered, Soul will get launched off screen. What? That's really... That's incredibly cursed. Poor Soul. We may have launched Soul off screen a few times. You see, I've decided not to implement anything where people get to throw things at me. I just think it's better that way. If I'm drawing or something on stream, more often than not, I'm not looking at my actual... I only have one monitor, so I'm not looking or monitoring what my actual screen looks like. Sadly, I would put OBS on another screen, but you know, the day where I get another monitor has yet to come. Oh, Saul, thank you. Doing hard work. Thank you for the shout out. You're saying we should... Yeah? Is that what people think of it? As throwing love? Because there was that guy who did come into my chat saying I get off throwing things at VTubers. And I was like, oh, okay, well good for you, I guess. What you're saying is monitor funds? No, that's okay. I don't need another monitor. It wouldn't fit on my desk anyway. I think that was just a weirdo. That's okay. I mean, everyone likes different things. If you want to throw stuff at random VTubers, then cool. Giving them bits. Maybe it's just not for me. We'll see. I mean, maybe in the future I'll have fun throwing toys as well. I don't know. Need to consult my more knowledgeable friends like Katsgoma and Teacuppity. What a way to introduce yourself. It was just like a random person who came in and like gave me some bits and was like, yeah, I was waiting to see if it would throw stuff at you. I think you need to be a certain kind of person to do that. I would love to see a clip shout-out edition though. Or it plays a clip from their channel when they're given a shout-out. Interesting. I'm sorry, I have no idea how these things work. Small-brained bun. Oh, I see. Your voice is extremely comforting. That's very kind. I'm glad you think of it that way. Don't be fooled though. Aside from my voice, I think I say some things that are not very comforting at all. I'm mean bun. I'm very mean bun. Oh, Lamney, thank you for the bun drink water redeem. Let's have some water. Everyone hydrate. Oh, Ronnie. You know who's nice? Ronnie's nice. Bun is very genuine. Full stop. I'm true to myself. Sadly, very true to myself. For better or worse. Beautiful art. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. It's just a noodle. I don't know about beautiful. I'm a bit indifferent about this particular. I think I might go back and clean her other one. I'll look at that one later. I'll go back to her main. The colors are different. I need to go back and match colors after this. Yo, Ronnie is nice. Ronnie's very nice. Ronnie's great. But yes, mostly came on to say hello and then show you my lovely friend's chat coding, which only stayed for 5 minutes because I came onto the screen to draw. Apologies, Thumper. But coding is amazing. So smart. Oh, you thought I said doodle? No, I said noodle. So this is my OC. Her name is Teru, and she's a dragon. You can see the dragon here. Dragon there. This is not just a doodle, but she is noodle. Her face is. Thank you, Goldie. Thank you, Goldie, for supporting Noodle. Goldie's very kind to Teru. I'm not sure why, but very kind. Oh, dragons are... Thank you. She has appeared on stream a few times, drawing-wise and also tabletop-wise. So I know that a few folks who frequent my streams have seen her face before. Seen her noodly face. You've managed to miss her, Shane? Not at all. Not at all. I just I did want to redraw her a bit and to revamp her app image. But there are a lot of things that I want to draw / ought to be drawing, and honestly this isn't one of them. Redrawing Teru is like not very high on the list of things that I should be drawing. But several of the other things that I'm working on are not things that I can show on stream. So here we are, drawing Noodle. It's fine. I also just wanted to draw her. Oh, Strawberry, thank you for popping by. Good luck with your studies. Is it time for finals for anyone here? Hard student life. High on my list. Oh, Goldie. Oh, Goldie. Hard student life indeed. Good luck with your finals. It's rough. It's always rough. Exam next week. Oh. Hang in there. You can do this. Oh gee, rolls in to catch bungrass. I would rather pack up and do other stuff. But perhaps I'll do that later. I'm gonna put this down for now. Let's leave Noodle and return to our main window. Oh, you take care. Thank you for popping by. Good luck for people with exams. Gosh. But yes. Gazes at chat. Ponders. Wish I could. Maybe I can't say anything. I'll just have to tussle with these things behind the scenes. Thanks for the stream. Thank you. But It's been a short stretch. I have to dip away for a bit. If time allows, I would like to come back and see you guys soon. But have a wonderful rest of your day as well. No. Thank you for coming by. It's my fault that I can't stream for very long today. I'm sure I will crawl back to the drawers, crawl back to the games very soon. Thank you, thank you. I love you too, Pigeon. Smoots Pigeon. I get to post with my pink highlight. Duckies. Feel very special. Feel very special. But no. And now, tidy's up. Time to crawl back into the coffin. I'm sorry that it has to be so short. I do want to stay a bit longer. But next time. No. See you all soon. I was only awake for an hour, but Bun returns to coffin again. It was good to see you too. Thank you for your visit. Wish you a good night or a wonderfully productive day. Take care.